Peace and love to everybody in the building. Y'all already know the rules. When you step in my house, take off your shoes, wipe your feet at the door, and make sure you hit the like button. I know I'm a little bit late. I told people on Instagram that I'll be going live at 1, but it's 2. It's 2. Orlando and Charlston. Orlando and Charleston. I'm gonna get into that, but let's let a little bit more people get into the room. Yeah, now we talking, cause I know they struggling with them numbers. They struggling with them numbers. Wa alaikum salam, rahmatullah wa barakatuh. Peace and blessings on everybody that's coming in the building, man. Y'all know y'all gotta hit the like button. Orlando Brown and Charleston White was one of the most disgusting shows that I couldn't even finish. I seen bits and pieces. I'm gonna say that again. Orlando Brown and Charleston White was one of the most despicable shows I've ever seen in my life, and I'm gonna tell you why. Here it is. You got Orlando Brown. A lot of us know his story. Okay, baby, keep holding the neck still. You got Orlando Brown. We know his story. You got Charleston White. We know the story he told us. He's a child advocate, trying to go to courts, releasing children from the penitentiary. Everything that Charleston White said he stood for, right in front of our faces, he's showing us is a lie. Everything that Charleston White said he stood for, whether it be the system oppressing our children, whether it be reforming laws and getting our children released, everything Orlando Brown represents. What was it? Corey Hofield, Corey, whatever his name is, the white boy that went through everything that he went through in Hollywood. Well, Orlando Brown was the black version of that. And for people to sit back and think that it's funny, when Charleston White, when Orlando said to Charleston White, because Charleston White sitting up there trying to clown him, well, then you get smacked in the barbershop. And some of us, most of us who saw Charleston White when he got smacked in that barbershop, he hid behind his wife. But he didn't want Orlando bringing that up. So he sat up there, he lied to the television and said, oh, let's not talk about that on camera when you could challenge his manhood face to face because I have 2 open cases. No, you didn't. It was an open and shut case. Dog smacked you, you hid behind your wife with a broomstick. Ain't no open and shut case. Because stop, we're not going to sit up there, Charleston White, and make it seem like you caught a body, like you caught a man down. Because with it being you, Charleston White, it would have made the news all over the place. You did not do nothing. Your wife stood in front of you with a broom. You stood there behind your wife with a broomstick in your hand. You hid behind your bald-headed wife, my nigga. Stop it. The fact that Charleston White sat up there and made fun, and y'all thought it was funny, about what Hollywood and the music industry did to that man, it shows just how low we can go on each other as a people. It's nothing funny about it. There's nothing funny about that. There is nothing funny about somebody being robbed of their innocence. There is nothing funny. It's horrific when you even picturing them grown men and what they did with that young boy behind the scenes. Just visually thinking about it. Let's just sit back, right? Close your eyes and visualize the story that Orlando Brown told us what happened in Hollywood. Sit back and visualize what Jaguar Wright told us happened to Usher with P. Diddy. Just sit back and visualize what happened with the little Justin Bieber. Now, when you sit back and you visualize that, I'm telling you from experience, I don't see nothing funny. There's nothing in that. What I do is like the stench. When you go back in the backside of my yard and you see in that area in the cages, I got to clean the cages. My dog, they doodle. What's the first face when you smell something that stink? You don't laugh, you go pew. When I think about what they did to that young man, it makes me go pew. It doesn't put a smile on my face. If it makes you laugh and it puts a smile on your face, you have to reevaluate who raised you, your upbringing, because there's nothing funny about it. But when you sit back and you analyze the black community, it has become a joke, a bad joke, a joke that ain't even funny, a bad joke. So Charleston White, he gets upset and he decides that he wants to leave. He wants to run off the couch because Orlando Brown starts going into his character and his acting. So while Orlando Brown is going into the character, going into his bag acting, Charleston White starts to get pissed off because Orlando Brown now, Charleston White has to look at himself and see that Orlando Brown can do his character better than him. And then Charleston White starts to realize how stupid both of them look. So he decides that he wants to get off a camera because both of them look like idiots. Nah, I can't do this. I bet you can't do that because you realize how stupid you look, Charleston. And instead of you taking advantage of the moment and telling Orlando Brown, nah, let's stop playing. Let's really, really get to the roots of what's going on in the black community. Nah, let him do that interview by himself. And then both of y'all sitting up there acting like groupies next to the colonizer, a.k.a. Christopher Columbus. You got two black men sitting up there at, yo, that was embarrassing. They was performing for Christopher Columbus. They looked like they was auditioning for the Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria. And if you don't know what that is, you better go back and do your homework. That was the most embarrassing shit that I seen. That made my stomach hurt. But what are we really laughing at? What are we really laughing at? The host was a colonizer. The host was a colonizer. The host was Christopher Columbus. His character, his ancestors were showing exactly who he was when he had those two fools sitting up there doing with his danza. Danza. But y'all fail to realize you got black colonizers too? Y'all don't realize that you got black colonizers too? You don't realize that Latinos is colonizers too? Trust me, I know. I grew up on Rikers Island. I was on Rikers Island. I lived on Rikers Island for 3 years. And I got to see just how evil they can be when they was in power. And it wasn't a pretty thing. That's where the Bloods came about at. That's how the Bloods was formed. Yeah, it was an evil thing going on. Can't nobody tell me nothing. That was embarrassing. And then they got nerve enough to be putting clips of that out like it's funny. Like it's funny? Charleston White done proven to be the biggest hypocrite that ever walked this earth. And then turned around and put a spin on it that I gave him in the beginning. that it was entertainment. This is just this part of his character. Because when Charleston White started getting caught in his lies, I'm the one that told people that he was in character. He never told nobody that until he was sitting on the brother platform and we was doing lives together on YouTube. Remember that. I'm the first one that brought him to YouTube with Timbo. He was on Facebook. I'm the first one that said Charleston White that was in character. I gave him that because he was starting to get caught in too many lies. That's what we called them when I was on the island at 17. We called them Germans. That's exactly what they was called because they act like Germans. When they was on Rikers Island with us, they act like Nazis. And they treated us like we was the Jews. And niggas ain't have no choice but to fight back. That's exactly what they acted like on Rikers Island, like they was Germans. And I couldn't understand it because in the streets, in my building, the blacks and Latinos we was brothers and sisters dope together. But on Rikers Island, no, it was not like that. On Rikers Island, they became like they really became the colonizer. They got ugly. And they dominated in an ugly way. The things that was going on Rikers Island was medieval. Dudes would go to court. Yes, I heard a brother talking about it. He did a little snippet. He's not lying. They would catch you in the bullpens in court, and they would make you eat out the toilet. These dudes they would do things like make you eat out the toilet. I done seen them dudes take bars of deodorant and tell black dudes to go in the bathroom and take the whole bar of deodorant and tell you better make that deodorant disappear. They was gonna stab you. You know where they wanted you to put that deodorant? Use your imagination. So to sit back and see Charleston White and Orlando Brown, two figures that should have came by and made the most impactful, but what he wanted them to do was he wanted them to look ignorant on his platform. And he sat up there, yeah, Mr. Danza, aka Mr. Christopher Columbus, took two black dudes and made them look like fools. Then Charleston White started realizing how stupid both of them looked, because while Charleston sitting up there acting like he in character, showing you who his real personality was, Orlando Brown showed you just how easy it was to become Charleston White's character, and Charleston White couldn't take it. See, in life, right, it's like being in the classroom. You in the classroom and you steady telling jokes. And while you snapping and you telling jokes, you not even realize that you're failing. You're laughing at the jokes. The dude that's telling the joke, he's actually passing. But you constantly being distracted by the jokes and you laughing, and in life you're failing while you thinking everything is funny. That's you. Kevin, I don't get the notifications, but I be catching you live. Yeah, that's where y'all know the game is rigged at. But that's why I ask y'all, if y'all support this channel, definitely hit that like button and also share. Share. Everything ain't always about $1. Everybody ain't got $1 to give. Share this video. And if you come into this live after this live and you support this channel, y'all know that they take the commercials off. My Cash App is $ Hassan Campbell. Show some support. Let's keep this show alive, because if I'm not going to make money off of my lives, I'll stick to my pre-recordeds. I'm not doing lives for free. I got a family. I got a big family to take care of. And me sitting up there wasting my time, no, I'm not in this. I'm not in this for this no more. I put in a lot of free time in the beginning of my YouTube career. Now, I got bills to pay. And I accumulated a lot of beef in the streets because of the things that I say. See, a lot of people don't like when I sit up there and I get into my bag. And oh, believe me, we just getting started. I got a lot to say, and I'm gonna get into my bag. Believe that. I didn't come on this internet to make friends. I came on this internet to make you think. If $1 billion is being spent to keep you distracted, Mary, thank you for sponsoring this war. Appreciate you. They spend a lot of money to keep you distracted. You got to spend money to get the knowledge. And everything ain't about they books. Everything ain't about a book. Sometimes you got to get that street knowledge to survive in this jungle. That's why when you look at me in my natural habitat, I always talk about the village, and I always talk about what? The tribe, right? And where do we come from? The jungle, right? I made my nature is my background. Nature needs to be all our background. We've all been taken out of our natural habitat, and now we don't know how to act. Aiden Garden looking beautiful. You the GOAT, Haas. Thank you, family. Appreciate you. I thought that situation with Charleston White and Orlando Brown was one of the most disgusting situations I've ever seen in my life. And I hope not to see no more black people. It's like, come on, man. Come on, man. Charleston White was not supposed to do that man like that. That man, life beat that man up enough, and you gonna beat him up some more? Life beat him up enough. Charleston White gonna come along. And see, this is what happens when you take a crackhead and you put him in power. This is what happens when you take a nigga that had never had nothing in his life and you put him in a position of power. But the truth of the matter is, I don't care what anybody say. That one-eyed devil, Charleston White, that one-eyed devil, I don't know which agency he worked for. Is it the CIA? Is it the FBI? Is it the DEA? It's one of those agencies, but I just don't know one. Which one? You can't watch a man turn into a devil right in front of your face and call him a god. You can't watch a man be the biggest hypocrite that you've ever seen in the history of black people and then call it comedy. It's not a joke. It's highway robbery. I would love for you to come talk to the youth in Staten Island. I would definitely appreciate that. Shit is real on the battlefield. Like, what is people laughing about? What is people laughing about? Let me tell y'all something, man. Poppy P, thank you for the donation. Thank you for sponsoring this war. Appreciate you, family. Charleston the crackhead, who was known worldwide while making 0 cents. See, and that's the sad part about it. Nicosia Connection, love him or hate him. How's the mic? Hope you're the Temple sooner than later. Thank you, family. Appreciate you. Thank you for sponsoring this war. Fam, hit me with the 100 shot. 7, I respect you as a leader, Haas. Thank you, family. Appreciate you. Y'all gotta learn when to say this is not funny. There's nothing funny about what Orlando Brown went through. There is nothing funny about what he went through as a child. There's nothing funny what Cassie went through. There's nothing funny about the rumors that what we heard Usher went through. What are we laughing at? If you could find a joke in a grown man laying on a little boy, then you letting me know that we are living in the signs of the times in Sodom and Gomorrah. And when you read and you go back to the signs of the time and you look at history where they show where Sodom and Gomorrah was at then in them times and how God destroyed the earth then we know that we are living in them times now and we are in trouble. That's why when you read the Bible, you know, the Bible that most people don't believe in because it was written by man, it tells you how the people of Lot was warned. They were warned by the angels, get out of there. Get out of Sodom and Gomorrah. Get out. Because God's wrath was going to come. Now, it's crazy, right? Because I like to drop jewels on y'all. In today's time, because a lot of people don't believe them stories, but in today's time, we've seen energy proton weapons, beams, burn Hawaii. It is being revealed in the next 3 years that certain armies will be using beams. Beams, you know the shit that you see, boom, 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 in Return of the Jedi, Empire Strike Back, boom, boom. So now when you sit back and you look, or you go through certain areas and on social media, TikTok, all this stuff, you start to see old civilizations where things was turned into stones right where they stood. That's energy weapons that did that. But now let's take it back to Sodom and Gomorrah, when people was turned to stone because they was burnt in the places where they stood at. So everything that seemed like it was make-believe during those times, we are actually seeing the creation. We're not seeing God with these creations. We're seeing man with these creations. And when you sit back and you look at and you analyze what Orlando Brown stands for, when he's sitting up there, he's talking to you about the industry, and he's telling you that Lucifer is the father. And y'all think that he's in his imagination and he's acting, but Lucifer is the father of Hollywood. Lucifer is the father of the music industry. You can't get in that music industry without going through the father. Who's the father? Lucifer. You don't have to believe in the devil. The devil believes in you. Charleston White, to live evil is backwards. You want to steal my shit, I'll hit you with it with a chair. To live evil is backwards. When you look at Charleston White, he reminds me of the little imp dude from 300. The hunchback. He went to the leader of 300 and he asked to be a part of the army. So he tested him. He told him, listen, you could be a part of us, but you can't be a part of this army because you're weak. You cannot thrust that shield. You cannot be a warrior. So what did he do? He sold his people out for the wealth and the fame of this world. So now you see the little hunchback with a bunch of women surrounding him. The same way with Charleston White. You don't see him promoting the bald-headed black chick that's his wife. You see him in vans with a bunch of females around him that would never, ever, ever in real lifetime give him the coochie. They wouldn't. He is the epitome of what it looks like to sell your soul. In life, you reap what you sow. You are the company that you keep. Once I started seeing certain things with Charleston White, I separated my name from his brand. He made the first diss videos on me, not me. I think y'all forgot that because my channel was popping until I ran into academics, Whack 100. Once I started playing with them, this is where the game started playing. Get on Academics show. And the first thing academics do is put out the most ignorant statements or the most ignorant thing that he could find on me. With all the positive stuff that I said, he threw ignorant shit out there. Then he didn't even put up the rest of them whole lives. Y'all never even seen the rest of them whole lives. I guess y'all got to go to Spotify. Be careful of the company that you keep. Because sometimes the people on top, they don't look at you as an ally. They look at you as competition and they treat you as such. You don't see the difference? You a street dude friendly as the next door neighbor. That's exactly what I want to be. I want to be the friendly next door neighbor. There's no such thing as a street dude. The streets is washed up. As a matter of fact, you know what's funny? All the street dudes is broke asking me for money. Swear to God. All of the street dudes is calling my phone asking me for money. And the sad part about it is so many of them niggas calling me asking me for money. I gotta figure out who I could tell no to or who I could bless with some cash because there's too many of them and I can't feed everybody no more. So what we talking about? The niggas in the streets is broke. The niggas in the streets is broke. And you know what's crazy? When you go outside, right, and you see them on the street corner, they actually trying to figure out how to fix their face to ask you for some money. Hello? Let's talk about it. Y'all want to sit up there and brag about the streets. What's dope about the streets? Remember, the niggas that you see in the streets, that's standing in the streets is the broke dudes that ain't got no money. They don't have no monies. There's nowhere for them to go. And if they do get a couple of dollars in a gas tank, the only place for these niggas to go in New York City is bum-ass City Island. City Island used to be a dope place until all of the losers figured out that all they had to do was drive right across that little bridge, and then everybody could be in the same place acting like they somebody. That's why I don't go to City Island no more. I hustled up, got my money up to disappear, not to be seen. I hustled up, I got my money up to disappear, not to be seen. OM Exotics, much love, brother. Appreciate you for showing love to my content. As always, dope topics, content. You speaking real facts and righteousness. Thank you, family. Appreciate you. Thank you for sponsoring this war. And shout out to my family. Y'all make sure y'all definitely support her and go follow up on her page and on her own channel. Thank you, family. Appreciate you always. Tell me nothing about them street dudes, man. Like, what more does it qualify for me to be a street dude? I don't want to be a street dude. I want to be daddy. I want to be daddy. I'm arguing with my daughters. You know what I was arguing with my daughters in the house today? I'm arguing with them because they little girls, and I'm trying to make them understand that with all these little girls in the house, my house is supposed to be clean. There's a bunch of coochies in the house. My house is supposed to be clean. I ain't supposed to wake up. Daddy ain't supposed to wake up. I don't want to be the street dude. I want to be daddy. You want to be the streets. I want to be daddy. The streets is over with. You could have them. I don't want them back. I burnt them down. I did everything that I could do in the streets. And you know what it made me? A failure. The streets made me a failure. Being home with my wife and my children made me a man. Being in the streets made me a failure. Being at home with my wife and kids made me a man. You can have the streets. No, the streets ain't a myth. The streets is very real. That was the stupidest thing that Troy Ave said. The streets is not a myth. It's very real. And if you go outside in the jungle, there should be a warning sign telling you that it is very, very real out there. You go outside, you might not come home to your wife and kids. You go outside, you might end up in jail, and your mother may not never see you on the streets again. You go outside, you might find yourself fighting amongst dudes that you used to go to school with, and now y'all enemies, and you trying to figure out what's all the beef about. It's safe to say it ain't safe outside. The streets is very, very real. That's like you sitting up there talking about Adolf Hitler is a myth. That's like you sitting up there talking about King Leopold, the first, the second, the third is a myth. What are you, bugging? You gonna sit up there and tell me that Saddam Hussein was a myth? No, he's dead. And who killed him? The Crusaders, the colonizers. Mary, I was one of the real ones that asked you to help me, but it's okay. God bless. God is great. Let me tell you something, man. I try to help as many people as I can, but one thing y'all got to understand is that it gets overwhelming. It gets overwhelming, the amount of people that I'm carrying on my back. That's why, it's like you say, when people sit up there and talk about the streets, what streets? Ain't nobody out in the streets but broke people, and the other people that's out in the streets is kill or be killed. It's stick-up kids out there. It's crack dealers out there. It's pill pushers out there. It's pimps out there. All the good people are at work. And when they get off, they want to go get them a Budweiser. They want to go play some basketball, watch some sports. In the streets is people that's looking to make a way out of no way. There's nothing left in the streets. Unless you the vendors. Now you got the vendors out there trying to sell their socks. They trying to sell their tank tops. You got the thieves out there, the hustlers, the boofers. They go into the store. They stealing merchandise. They coming outside trying to sell. Everybody's trying to hustle. Like, what are we talking about? When it comes to the streets, what exactly are we talking about? The streets ain't even loyal to the streets. What are we talking about? The streets have an expiration date. I done seen some of the illest killers get they snot box rocked. Most of the dudes that's in the grave is realer than the dudes that y'all see locked up. And y'all don't even realize it. That's why when people try to sit up there and make fun of me being shot, how? How, Sway? You can't make fun of me being shot. That don't not make me real. It don't take away the history of the pain that I put in these streets. And see, the best part about it is that my catalog, you can't take that away. When those young boys outside see me, that's from the streets, we ain't talking about you internet niggas. We talking about the ones that come from where I come from throughout the Bronx and the city. They heard the rumors of Poppy from Bronx River. But it ain't about that no more. Now when they see me, they see a symbol of somebody that did something with his life. The only ones that keep bringing up the streets and sounding ignorant is the ones that can't figure out how to, like, they sell you, I'm outside. We're in front of the store. The bodega? You in front of the bodega? You in front of the big park in Bronx River? Or the big park in Webster? Are you kidding me? You outside? That's what you call outside? I'm supposed to be excited because you still in the same neighborhood that you grew up in, that you've been in for 25 years and better? You spent 25 years of your life in the same neighborhood, and you think you in the same neighborhood? You spent 25 years of your life in the same neighborhood, and you proud? You proud? Yeah, I guess your mother should be really proud of you, because she the one that taught you that stupid shit. That bitch she's still there too, right? Right. Right. And now y'all try to convince me. Come outside. Come outside. I've been there. I've done that. You got guns. I got scraps. A million mother effers on this planet Earth talk that hard bull because it's all they worth. That's all you worth. That's all you got? You beating on your chest and you ain't got a dollar in your pocket? Oh, you a gorilla with you're an ape. You're a gorilla. And you ain't got no monies. You got a gun. Bang, bang. You outside, you got a gun on your waist. And you ain't got a dollar in your pocket. You ain't learned nothing from the colonizer? Christopher Columbus went outside with a gun and he took over the world. You went outside, you stood in front of the bodega and you ain't got a dollar in your pocket. And who's laughing at who? Minister Campbell, Tanel, they're playing with your notification. I know they playing with my notifications. Of course they are. A gun with no monies. You got a gun with no monies. You got a pew pew. And like, niggas is different. Like, America went over to Afghanistan, crushed them. You went on the block, backed your hammer out, and the police locked you up. Like, what are we talking about? Huh? Y'all didn't see Gaddafi? Muammar Gaddafi? Y'all didn't see? Y'all didn't see what Obama did to him? We sent them troops over there. Y'all didn't see? Y'all didn't see Gaddafi? Muammar Gaddafi? Whoa! But I see what you did to little Mike and Ray, right? See the different scales? You see the different scales? Y'all sitting up there making jokes, talking about, oh, they cave beasts. Listening to Charlston white dumbass talking about, we wasn't in no caves. I know, that's why they got all the diamonds. That's why they got all the oil reserves. That's why they got all the gold. Gold, oil, diamonds. That's what y'all call God, right? That's what y'all worship, right? That's what you living for, right? Huh? See, it was stupid men like Charlston White that passed stupid conversations onto y'all that made y'all dumb, because the reality of it is you all living in a cave when you living in a tenement building. That's a cave. You all living in a cave when you living in the projects. That's a cave. You living in rocks. You living in rocks. Your building is rocks. They just made it comfortable for you by putting a toilet bowl in there. Then they gave you a faucet. And then you tricked yourself into saying it's too hot outside. So most niggas in the hood, you know when they go outside? When the sun goes down. And then when the sun goes down, they become maniacs because all day they hid inside the house with the ACs running to cool their body off, when in fact when the sun hits your body, it makes your sweat out all the impurifications inside your body. The toxins come out of your body when you sweat. But you inside your house with the AC running, sleeping all day like a vampire. Who taught you that? Huh? It's in your blood. It's in your blood. See, Charleston, when you're going to steal my shit and you're going to speak it, you got to speak it like me. You can't throw it out there like you sounding smart, but you're not really educating them. See, because in the wintertime, you don't get vitamin D from the sun. On top of the fact that when you look up at the skies, it's always chemtrails blocking out the sun. So the best time for you to start getting this sun is right now. You ever sat your cell phone in the sun on an 80 and 90 degree day and tried to use it? The sun shuts your phone down. It fries it. When you go to use it, it tells you that your cell phone is overheated. You got to wait for it to cool down. You ever watch Super Friends? Spider-Man, The Amazing Friends, Iceman, and Firestar? You notice that Firestar, she turns into what fire? Huh? That's you. You trying to cool off when you're supposed to heat up. You trying to cool off when you're supposed to heat up. It's been baking in my house. I ain't turned my AC on yet. Now let me tell y'all something, right? Because there's a lot of talk going around. And I'm going to stand on what I said. Because some of you women, you get into your emotions. You get it. I did good raising my kids by yourself. Yeah, you did a good job for you to have done it by yourself. But the mission is still incomplete. It takes a village. See, because a lot of people that's running around, your job is a cover-up. That means that you learned how to pay bills. Congratulations. And you being proud, you sent your kids to college just like me. You sent them off to be educated by the colonizer. And you happy? You didn't send your kid out there. Your kid didn't create a college. And your kid is not educating the masses. No, your kid went to go get a job from the colonizer to work on the new plantation of the new world order. This is the new world order. And you're happy. And you're happy to work until you're 70 years old. See, I'm getting sick and tired of you women talking about you doing this all alone, but you still having sex. And the problem is that you got come through niggas that need a place to stay, that'll come through and stay with you for a year and a half, stay with you for 6 months, stay with you for 3 years. You got come through niggas. So you keep screaming on social media, I'm doing all this by myself. Nah, you wasn't doing all this by yourself. You had a man, or you had a bunch of men, and through their journey of making your toes throw up gang signs while your feet is in the air and your legs is cocked wide open, you didn't take the time out to have them men sitting up there educating your children, teaching them the little bit that they knew in life. Or maybe they didn't know nothing in life. They was just man enough to get stiff and go up in you. I get in you. You didn't require nothing for them to teach your children in your journey of life and opening up your legs. And that's where the problem lies at. I don't care if you raised your children and they went to college. The mission is still complete. I know what it's like to be raised without my father. And there's nothing, absolutely nothing my mother could do about that except for give him to me. I remember the empty feelings when my father wasn't around and he wasn't doing his job. Because he was a dope fiend. And me trying to figure out, was he alive? Was he safe? How was he feeling? Why he wasn't calling me? You can never, ever, ever take away or replace those empty feelings of them fathers not being there. But your pride and your ego will make you sit up there and say, well, I did a good job. No, you didn't. You failed your children. You did a good job raising them by yourself, but did you sign up to raise them by yourself and have them looking in the mirror saying, where's my daddy at and why my daddy don't love me? Why my daddy ain't here for my first graduation? Why my daddy ain't here for my birthday? Why my daddy ain't here for open school night? Why my daddy won't buy me a pair of sneakers? You can't replace those feelings and you can't take those feelings away. And me as a man, knowing what it's like not to have my father in my life, I'm not going to let you females sit up there and act like those children wasn't feeling the same thing I was feeling and every other nigga that I knew was feeling. Y'all going to stop that. There's an emptiness that you feel when your other half is not there. So just admit it, you females out there, no matter how good you did, you failed your children when their father wasn't there, and he failed them too. When they had to figure these streets out, especially when you living in the hood, your kids got to figure out how to survive the streets from a woman. Your children, your boys have to figure out how to survive the streets from a woman? That's foul within itself. Yeah, joke, it's funny. You living in the hood and your kids have to figure out how to maneuver through gangs, maneuver through being bullied in school, maneuver through the dudes trying to recruit them and give them their first gun. They had to figure out how to deal with that. Should I take this gun? Or should I not take this gun because niggas is getting shot on the block? And mom is not strong enough to go against these men. Mom is not strong enough to go against the Pistol Pete's. Mom is not strong enough to go against the Rod Diggs. And I know mom be talking about she got brothers and uncles and you ain't got a nigga in your family that can compete with those niggas. You don't. The woman don't want to hear this truth, but the scariest part about it, I just can't get on the woman because the woman got to understand something too, right? That when the woman is at home and the woman sends her son outside where he should be protected by all the men that's on the corner, the woman sends her son outside into the jungle, the concrete jungle, called the projects, called the tenement buildings, called the hood. And what happens is the men that is not your child, the father, you know how, because the men call themselves lions, right? The reason why I don't call myself a lion, the Charlston White, you stole this from me, to me too, you cocksucker. A lion goes into a lioness den and kills all her pups. Then he has his own. In the hood, when you send your sons outside, the men in the hood kills off all your cubs. They send them to an early grave or they send them to the penitentiary. When you send your sons outside because you want them to get out of your hair, because they getting on your nerves and you want some me time, you sending them outside to an early grave. Because now, the older dudes, right? See, because dudes my age, I got beef right now. And I can tell you right now, some of the dudes my age done been through a lot where they don't want to be going outside and doing reckless shit and reckless. They cowards. They want all of the all the niggas my ages and older, they're cowards. They want all the respect for what they did in the past, but they ain't willing to do it again. So now you got the niggas like Five Guard. I'm going to use him for an example, right? He'll be 40 years old, and he'll be in a set, like, he'll be up under, the nigga that I say, the Jets, right? He'll be up under the Jets, La Brim, and then what he'll do is, when he falls out with La Brim, or La Brim said ain't popping no more because La Brim is in jail, then he'll be 40 years old and he'll jump over to Trendy, which is Sex, Money, Murder, right? And you got to understand something. Niggas is still living in the streets because they try to figure out how to make a way out of no way. So now what he doing is, because the older niggas don't want no smoke, what they're doing is they're waiting for the new recruits. They're looking for the K-Flocks. That's angry, that's raised by a single mother. The angry K-Flock, you know, the one that's in jail right now facing the rest of his life, and they looking and they waiting for the Zaymunners. Yeah, they want the Zaymunners around because the Zaymunners is not having it. And like y'all seen in the video, when I had them in a hotel and I was doing an interview, the older nigga was corrupting the minds of the younger niggas. Now the crazy part about it is the indictments came through and all the young boys went to jail, but the old nigga is still on the block. The 5 guards is still on the block looking to recruit more young little boys. And it's crazy because the 5 guards learned new tricks. They got tricks like where they could shoot themselves and have 3 felonies and get probation. Plexico went to jail. Lil Wayne went to jail. Joel Santana went to jail. I could tell you all these famous celebrities that went to jail. This nigga he hit himself with the smoking gun and got probation. In the mix of being part of an indictment that his name never even came up in. Now you know you gotta be nice and then still throwing up a 40-year-old. When you sending your sons outside in the streets, they are looking for new recruits. Now here's the problem. Some of these little boys be good little boys, right? But after you get beat up, jumped, beat up, jumps, beat up every time you go outside, because you got to weather the storm. The storm is the hood. And when you get fed up and you can't take it no more because mama keeps sending you outside to an early grave so she can have some me time, now you got to pick a side. Now you find that friend that's situated in the street and he take a liking to you. So now when you shooting the fair one outside, he's standing behind you. So now that he's standing behind you, everybody ain't jumping you. Now you can really, really fight without being scared because you know the kid that keep beating you up, he really can't beat you. But you know he got access to a gun. His older brother's a shooter, but now you got somebody standing behind you and it ain't your bitch ass mother. Your mother's in the house with her legs cocked open, throwing up dang signs. So now you in the streets learning how to survive in the ghetto with nobody smiling. Huh? When y'all watch my videos, y'all understand something. I remember when I was on Sinetta's platform, Sinetta had all the scholars on his platform, and he asked me, what you specialize in? I said, life. He couldn't understand it, because them niggas was talking about back to Africa. When I realized I had to go back to the hood, in the ghetto, where nobody's smiling. The ghetto. The ghetto. Nobody's smiling. The ghetto. That's why I said, man, y'all support me. Y'all support my message. It is what it is. That Cash App is $ Hassan Campbell. If everybody put $1 in that, it'll keep me afloat because YouTube ain't paying. And they keep playing with the numbers. I get better with time like wine. You want to survive these streets? Navigate through them. You see ignorance on the street corner, you go in the opposite direction. When you go outside, you have a destination. You stay away from the corner stores. If you know you need something, for tonight, and even with the grown men, if you know you want a Budweiser, you know you want your roll-ups, you know you want your snacks, because your favorite TV shows is coming on, you go get that shit early in the day. You go get it early in the day. You don't go back outside at nighttime because most of the dudes that go back outside, that's when they don't make it back home. See, this is the stuff that they don't teach you. When you go outside to go get sun, you go in the area, you go to the parks, you go in the areas, find you a new area where the troublemakers don't go. Find you a new area where the troublemakers don't hang out. I didn't come to rock you to sleep. I came to wake you up. You know how many dudes, let me tell you something, why dudes be glorifying these streets? Dante, wisdom, tax for Mr. Campbell. Thank you for sponsoring this war, family. Appreciate you. And this live is why you number one, and that's why they hate. Thank you on MRCBH365. Appreciate you, family. Tell you something, man. I want y'all to understand something. In New York, you can't have a gun in New York. And if you outside in the hood without your gun, you're a fool. If you in the hood and you outside in the hood and you don't have your gun on, you're a fool. You are a fool. You're outgunned. Dudes is in their house printing up guns. And they printing them up to use it. They want to rock your snap box and hit them in the head with the headshot. They coming for the headshot, the headshot. They coming for the headshot. It's like a lottery. In the hood, somebody's going to hit the lottery. And when they hit the lottery, it's going to be yellow tape. It's going to be doctors. It's going to be police. It's going to be sirens. It's going to be the hospital. And if you're real lucky, you might find yourself in a freezer. And after the freezer, you in the church with the pastor singing over your body. We shall overcome. And right after that, there'll be candles. Rest in peace t-shirts. And then, the best part about it, y'all want to hear the best part about you getting murdered? When they catch the nigga that turned your TV off, he's going to go to jail. And niggas is going to be on the corner, and guess what they going to be saying on social media? Free my nigga. Welcome to the hood. Free my nigga. They want them to free the nigga that rocked your snot box. He hit him in the head with the headshot. Fuck. I'm different. It's safe to say it ain't safe outside. The freaks come out at night. The freaks come out at night. But every once in a while, you get your snot box rocked in broad daylight. Don't compare these other dudes to me. They can't compare to me. That's why I was like losing my mind yesterday. Sitting back watching social media. I couldn't understand how so many people was going crazy over Nicki Minaj getting arrested at an airport for a little bit of, whether it was some weed or some nose candy. In the black community, that became the biggest topic? That was the biggest topic? Nicki Minaj getting arrested? And I'm like, Nicki Minaj is beautiful. She's a beautiful girl. I love Nicki and hate Nicki at the same time. Because I can't fail to understand how she would support her brother, knowing what he did to that little girl. And if y'all don't know about her brother, he was worse than R. Kelly. He was worse than R. Kelly. He was 10 times worse than R. Kelly. And Nicki Minaj paid for his lawyer. What he did to that little girl, y'all should read it up. I don't even want to describe it because I might get in trouble from YouTube, but from describing how he violated her. And then Nicki Minaj's alter ego. See, this is something that she don't say no more because I think because of me, I used to get in Nicki's ass back in my early days of YouTube. She used to call herself Roman. Roman? Remember that? Listen to her old songs. Roman. You know who Roman was? Roman Polanski. You know what Roman Polanski is on the run for? Same shit R. Kelly did. Roman fled overseas so he couldn't face court in America. That's Nicki Minaj's alter ego. Her baby father. He's worse than R. Kelly. He's worse than R. Kelly. So now it's like outside of Meek Mills, she has a fetish for them type of people. She has a fetish for R. Kelly's and Africa Bambaataa. She has a fetish for them. I love her because she our sister, but I hate her at the same time because there's something evil about her. And that ain't normal. And now her son is being raised by a predator. And while she was going viral on the news, there was young boys in Chicago, DC, New Orleans, all over America, on their way to the morgue. We got to pick and choose our topics. But being that we talking about Nicki Minaj, I really want to get on topic with Nicki Minaj. See what Nicki Minaj is, right? Where she messed up. Where Nicki Minaj messed up at, during COVID, Nicki Minaj made a video and she was talking about how her cousin, when it took that shot, and it made her cousin's balls damn near explode. They got big, and it was like side effects that happened, is what she said. When she did that, she broke the oath. Huh? When Nicki Minaj went on the internet and she spoke out and she made that statement, she broke the oath. So now, Nicki think that her handlers and the powers that be forgot what she did. She knew that when she made it to the level of success that she made it, that she wasn't supposed to speak on certain topics and go against the agenda, and she did. And now she got to reap what she cut, what she sowed. And see, they realized that Nicki Minaj, they made her so big that she got the barbs. And the barbs turned her into a superpower. Y'all got to understand, some of these celebrities today is way stronger than Malcolm X was. Way stronger than Marcus Garvey was. So what if Nicki Minaj told her 100 million barbs, we gonna do this today? That's too much power. So now Nicki Minaj got to watch over her back because they coming for her. And they already got different, never in the history of rap have you ever seen so many female rappers. Nicki Minaj they're trying to replace her with the Ice Spices. They're trying to replace her with the Gorillas. They're trying to replace her with the little dusty hood booger, the one I call, Sexy Red. They're coming for her spot. Nicki Minaj is 41 years old and she's still on top. She don't have to drop another album again for the rest of her life. She still got enough music to last her for the rest of her life, and the barbs ain't going nowhere. So now this is why she's going through little shit with them finding drugs on her airplane. Nicki Minaj been traveling at the airport for all these years and they ain't been finding no drugs. And now they finding drugs, and she in Amsterdam? You telling me they found weed and she was in Amsterdam and she ended up in a jail cell? Something just ain't right. It ain't right. It ain't right. It ain't right. And everybody that's rocking with me, that's watching this live, man, I got new exclusive footage coming on patreon.com. I'm going to need y'all support. My peoples, are you with me? Where you at? In the front, in the back, Killer Bees on attack. Nicki Minaj is being replaced right in front of her face. So you got to understand something. There's a lesson in that glass bottle with P. Diddy. They'll build you up, but then they'll break you back down. They'll build you up, but then they'll break you back down. You can't bring your own weed or leave with it in Amsterdam. But see, here's the whole thing, right? They understand that that could be a misunderstanding. And what you got to understand, on Nicki Minaj's level, she had a sold out concert that the powers that be, you know how much money was missed off of her missing that one concert right there? She's being made an example out of her. She better pay attention to her circle. She's being made an example out of. See, another thing that you got to understand too, right? With these celebrities, when you get to a certain level in life, they pick who your husband is. They pick who your wife is. That's why a nigga like Snoop or LL Cool J, you'll see that Snoop and LL Cool J was with their wives from the beginning of their music career. So they rode their whole career with that same woman. But then you'll sit there and you'll hear Kanye West admit that Kim Kardashian, he sold his soul and she was part of the package. She was a package deal. And when he broke the oath, Kim Kardashian, she couldn't wait to get away from Kanye West dweeb ass. He was a billionaire and she still didn't want him no more. Once she got her money up, he was a billionaire and she still didn't want him no more. He broke the oath and she bounced. Beyonce can't wait to get away from Jay-Z ugly ass so she can go get some young NFL balls. You think she don't want that NFL pickle? She watching all them dudes that's muscular. They got their muscles popping out. They all stocky. She watching them basketball players like Ja Morant. And they got to go home to Jay-Z. That ain't Jay-Z no more. That's Jingle. That nigga look like a broken soundtrack. Jingle. Nigga gotta realize you gotta give the female something to look at. That's why I'm getting back in shape. You have to give the ladies something to look at. You sitting up there watching all the females going to get their BBLs done, and then you running around here with the big belly like me. Oh, it's summertime. Can't be jumping in the pool with a tank top on trying to hide your belly. Then you get wet. You got the wet t-shirt on and now the wet t-shirt hugging your body and you look like a pregnant woman and you're a man? And then we looking for these women to respect us? Well, you looking like a fat doughboy? And I'm talking even to myself. I was getting stupid sitting on my ass in front of this TV. Now it's time to stand up, man up. Baby, you ain't gotta lie to me. Matthew Young sponsoring the war. Hit him in the head with the headshot. We outside. I haven't had ice cream in years. Baby, you ain't gotta lie to me. Just be a man about it. Really though. Nicki Minaj better watch out. They coming for her spot. They coming for her spot. She already been replaced. The problem is that them Barbs is die hard. Nicki got a die-hard fan base. This is why I tell y'all, they can't put an age on rap. Nicki is 41 years old and she's killing it. You can't put an age on rap. She's 41 and she's killing it. That's why if you're going to do music and you still doing music, post your music, spit your shit, post your shit. Build up your following. Christ is King. Thank you for the donation. Thank you for sponsoring this wall. Appreciate you. And I need for y'all to go back and hit that like button while y'all watching and stop playing. Y'all got to hit that like button, man. Y'all definitely got to do that because you know what? Sometimes with like my last live I did, we had 4,600 people in the building. And when the live ended, they took the live back to 0. We didn't have no views on the live. And I was like, wow, that's wild. And I can't complain no more. I can't keep complaining about the numbers. Y'all got to do y'all part. Y'all don't want these other channels looking stronger than what we looking. It's bad enough when you look at that 050 channel. It's crazy. Them niggas had 1,100 people watching. And as soon as the live ended, niggas got 60 or 70,000 people in the building. Like, niggas, stop paying for views. I'm not doing that. Humble Garden, appreciate you. I lived in the same area in the Bronx, and there's no hope. I'm under 30, got a house, everything I got back. It be so bad. Do people like the hood? You know, it's like this, right? You can do anything you put your mind to. The problem is people never saw themselves getting out of the hood. That's why they don't get out the hood. You have to envision yourself doing better and living better, and you'll be there. It may not, listen, it may take you 10 years. That's all right. Some of these billionaires didn't become billionaires until they became 50 and 60 years old. Millionaires until they became 50 and 60 years old. It all starts in your mind. Yes, it's a mentality. It starts in your mind. Mary, here's a little bit more, King. Thank you. Appreciate you, family. Thank you for sponsoring this war. And I'm gonna say this to y'all again, because I don't want y'all to miss what I'm saying. Because I'm gonna make a clip for Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. All the real niggas is outside calling me on the phone while I'm in the house with my wife and kids asking me for money. I got a nigga calling my phone right now. Thoroughbred. Get busy nigga. Asking me for money. So if everybody's outside broke, what's the point of being outside? Everybody outside is hustling the same shit. How you gonna get rich when you got 700 niggas selling weed? And now they made it legal? So where that the government get top dollar? They give you top quality and they get to get their taxes out of your money? How you gonna win? It starts with ourselves in the first person, me, myself, not the third dimension, third person. Them, they, us, we sheeples, extroverts, codependent, attackers, blamers, pack clicks, circles, the ring of death. The ring of death, yep. Y'all looking good. How's grown man vibes? Jim Jones and Mano need to watch and learn. Let me tell you something. I see Jim Jones starting to make little videos with his dogs in the yard. I like that. I like that. You know what I mean? Show people when you around your house. You got to be able like, listen, man. Because somebody's watching me. One of them young boys going to watch me. Even a grown man going to watch me and get inspired. To get inspired, man. Where's the plants at? This is nature. That's all I really want to do is inspire you. Not leave you with the spell cast. The same spell that was cast on me was cast on you. I had to break the spell. It's not that I'm better than you. I broke the spell. Now I'm trying to break yours. Let me help you free you from your shackles. Let me take them shackles off your neck. Let me get to the point to where that I don't have to get on camera and put this stupid shit on for people to look at me. Because some of the people only look at me to see what I got on. They don't care about the message. They just want to see if I still got the jewelry, if I'm still making a little bit of money, and if I fell off. I had people sit up there and tell me the only reason why they watch me is to see if I crashed out yet. You tell me. I'm not here to show off. I'm here to show you that you could have what I have. The simple things in life. But you know what? We only got a small window. And this is what y'all got to understand. Because you got BlackRock and certain corporations that's buying up all the land around America. They're buying up all the houses because they don't want you to be able to own. They want you to be a renter for life. That way they stay in power and they can control the market. Get back the land that was taken from you. And that's how you get back your power. Get back the information, the knowledge that was taken from you. And that's how you get back your power. Get back the science that was taken from you, because science is a weapon. And it's crazy because when you sit back and you analyze the colonizer, right? The one who took the world from everybody. Every year they're making a new weapon to stay in power. And they keep you under the illusion that you're going to go to the voting booth and you're going to keep them in power. Understand something. These evil men will never, ever, ever give you a piece of pen or a paper and let you put a name on it and vote their power. These people they've been in power for over 1,000 years. You think that they're going to let you cast a vote where you got control over the gold, the oil, the diamonds, the silver, the missiles, the tomahawks, the jets, the ships? You really, really, really think they're going to give you a vote to take that kind of power? You have to get that on your own. You know, it's crazy because I'm sitting up here and I'm doing this live with y'all. What time is it? Tell me what time it is on the East Coast in the comment section. Because I know, like, I was supposed to catch this store. You know, Home Depot be my hangouts. I love going to Home Depot. And I be going to Home Depot. Now, like, when y'all look at my beds, I got to put mulch down in my beds to wake it up. Like, to bring the, you know, kill off the rest of the weeds. That's what I be doing, man. This is what I do. I was selling 8 balls in my 20s living in Brooklyn. Now I have a house in Long Island for my 4 kids and my wife. If you're not hustling to elevate in life, what is the purpose? Much blessings to you, bro. Family Man 24, thank you for sponsoring this war. And see, this is what these people, these men are not hustling to take care of their women and children. Men are hustling to go buy their favorite outfit, to go stand on the street corner to impress other men. And they call me gay. Everything I do it for my wife and my kids. Everything these niggas outside, that these real niggas is doing, they do it for the streets. Who's in the streets? Men. Jay John, thank you for sponsoring this war. You got a vegetable garden back there, Haas? Nah, that's in my property in the south. But I am going to start little things around here. Mary, just because. Thank you, Mary. Neighborhoods like this, them chickens making that noise, all that noise, they've been called the animal police on you. You got to understand something. In certain neighborhoods, they have rules and regulations that stop you from doing certain shit like that. Now, I would suggest if you're a meat eater, get you some rabbits, because the rabbits ain't gonna make that much noise, and ain't nobody gonna really know. Plus, there's rabbits already in the community. So now, if you set something up, because I tell you right now, back in the days, I bought my daughter a rabbit for her birthday, and that shit stunk up the house so bad. Oh my God. Hassan, did you ever speak on Kansas City rapper 2 Guns, Kevy getting his snot box rocked yesterday? Now I gotta look into that. I need y'all to as a matter of fact, that's what y'all could do too. Whoever it be, I need y'all to follow me on Snotbox TV on IG, because I'm gonna start posting more on my Snotbox TV on IG. So that way, if y'all want me to cover stories, you could go to Snotbox TV on IG or Poppy from BX River. Those are the only 2 Instagrams that I got. POPPY from BX River, or Snapbox TV. Any other Instagram that you see is not mine. Every time, the reason why I don't use Hassan Campbell no more, because for some reason Instagram keep taking my Hassan Campbell as if I'm impersonating myself. So I said whatever. Poppy from BX River or Snapbox TV. I need all of y'all to follow me. As a matter of fact, anybody that follows me on Snapbox TV today, I'm gonna follow you right back. If you follow me today on Snapbox TV, I'm following you right back. Black drug dealers, y'all have to wise up. Definitely gotta wise up. You know it's crazy because I got niggas, right? And I ain't saying no names. I got niggas that I know that was getting money for the last 10, 20 years. Getting money. Now them niggas' money is drying up and I see them doing sucker shit. And I'm like, wow, look at this. So when you start going broke, this is how you start moving? Yeah. Life will start yo, let me tell you something. You really want to get to know the people that's around you, put some money on the table. You really want to get to know the people around you, you got to put some money on the table, and that's when you're going to find out who's who and what's what. That's when you're going to find out. And it's sad because that's how you know that we in modern day slavery. Because I'm not going to sit up here and tell you. I used to say that dumb shit when I was broke and I ain't know no better. Everything ain't about money. Yes, it is. It literally is. Because if you don't stack up the money, when you get 65 and 70 years old and you can't work, you're going to be homeless. You're going to find out that everything is about that money. Because the way they position you in house, in this world, you got to pay that car note. You can pay the car note, but the car's going to get old. And after you get a certain amount of mileage, they condition these cars the way that no car will last you forever. Because the more you drive that car, the more you put wear and tear on that car, and then eventually that car goes kaput. There's no more fixing. You can't fix it no more. So now you got to get a new car payment, new insurance, new gas, new electricity bill. Oh, you paid your house off, but you still got property taxes. Certain states you pay taxes for clothes. The people in power figured out how to keep their power by keeping you enslaved. And the new slavery is what? You got to pay bills to live on God's free green earth that he gave you. Hey, Haas, do you know the content creator, Chronicles of Judah? He talks about a lot of the same things you do. Nah, I don't know him, family. Shout out to him if he's positive. That's why I lease. I mean, it's cool to lease. It's definitely cool to lease because after the lease, you can give it back and go in a dealership and get something new again. And he's from the Bronx, so okay, that's what's up. Let me tell you something, man. If you're a content creator and you're looking to be a part of my StreamYards, if you're looking for me to help grow your YouTube channel and to get popularity, y'all seen what I done did with Bullets Gotti. Y'all seen what I done did with Z-Banger. Started him off in the beginning. Y'all seen what I did with Five Guard and his music. I made the nigga a household name. Y'all seen what I did with Lord Akim. Y'all seen what I did with Harlem Legend, 050 The Movement. Y'all seen what I did with 10 Toes Down. How many YouTubers, and now you got 050 The Movement bragging about how many different channels that they started. They started a lot of channels. If you want to be part of my movement, the first thing that I ask you is to follow me on all my social medias. And first and foremost, once y'all join my Patreon, Hassan Campbell, patreon.com, once y'all become a member on my Patreon, I will start helping y'all and I will start doing more StreamYards so that y'all can become a personality. If you're a YouTuber and you want to get down with me, send me a receipt, a screenshot of you joining my Patreon, and I will put y'all on StreamYards with me because I'm about to start doing StreamYards at least about 3 times a week. Maybe even more if they're fun. If y'all can make me laugh and we can get up there and we can laugh, cry, we can crack some jokes, we could teach. If you knowledgeable and you think that you could teach in certain areas, you might have a night where you on my platform and you could teach. But everybody has to wash each other's hands. And it starts off on my Patreon. So you screenshot that you joined the Patreon and you put that in my own, in my message, in my DM. And I'm going to get to know y'all, and we'll take it from there. And then I can give you further instructions. I'll make further videos with further instructions so I can let you know who's who and what's what. Yeah, shout out to Lord Akim. And I'm going to say this again. Like, in life, one hand wash the other. Anybody that's coming up that want to be a part of my platform, that want to rock with me, I want y'all to understand something, right? Don't be like none of the niggas that I helped in the past that expect me to do everything for them and they're not doing not a goddamn thing for me. I super chat niggas. I be in niggas comment section. I sit up there, I play niggas music on my platform. I've even shared people's own videos in my community tab. When you stop seeing me do certain things and I start falling back, after a while, it gets annoying when you helping somebody that's not even on your level, but they not helping you. And a lot of the people that I help, or I be showing love to, they don't show love on my Instagram posts, which is weird to me. Because I be the first one to show love. I don't like acting Hollywood. I don't want to be Hollywood and get Hollywood on people. But people are starting to make me feel like that. And see, I don't want to catch that disease. Because selfishness is a nasty disease. And when you see somebody post up a post, and you supposed to be rocking with this person, and this person do everything for you, but you don't never see these people liking my Instagram. You don't never see them commenting on. Even sometimes with my kids, you don't never see these niggas comment. Why? Because they too busy? No, they watching. They just acting like they ain't watching. And then you'll see a post put up by a celebrity and see them liking. Because Instagram and Facebook is foul like that. They'll show you your closest friends hitting that like button on them celebrities, but they act like they don't see you. Them days for me is over with. I'm not going to sit up there and be nobody's groupie. Especially when I'm doing better than you in life. And in character, I'm better than you. In spirit, I'm better than you. In life, one hand wash the other. If we can't wash each other's hands, then what am I wiping your hands for? I built this shit by myself. With the people. Not these fake ass friends. Leo 77. I'm telling you, like, Wu told me cash rules everything around me. Sing a dollar bill, y'all. Cash rules everything around me. Cream, get the money. Dollar bill, y'all. Let me tell y'all something, right? Y'all females. Right? I got a lot of female friends with children, right? I've seen females be in relationships and have babies with dudes. And the whole time they be dealing with these females, right? Y'all never require for these dudes to spend one-on-one time with y'all sons. You never require for these dudes. You opening up your candy store and you never asking these dudes to play the role of a father to these children. See, here's my thing. When I was a child, I thought like a child. When I was a teenager, I thought like a teenager, right? I didn't realize how important it was for that next man, because that next man is in that woman's life. My mentality was, if you say something to my child, I'm going to air you out. Because I was thinking like a fool. Not realizing that if that man is in my child's life, there's a passageway, a path to manhood that a child has to take. And every man, whether you speaking to this child or not, that man is going to rub off on your child. If you're going to have men around your children Make them bring something to the table that your child could benefit for. Even if this man is only temporarily in your life, your child is still seeing him anyway. Make sure he got something to bring to the table. And if he a broke nigga, have him teach your child how to fix a bike, how to ride a bike, how to ride a skateboard, how to do carpentry, how to teach him something. And if he can't bring him to the table, bring nothing to the table, then what is he doing with you? Charles, so proud of you, brother Haas. Keep it up. Money and materialism goes back to Saturnium. Stay woke and third eyes open, antennas up. It's kind of hard for me to read the screen because the sun is hitting it like crazy. Financial security is key. Don't knock stable 9 to 5s. Let me tell you something. A 9 to 5 is a stepping stone to you becoming your own boss. You do whatever it takes for you to get there. That's what you do. Dante, yeah, that's one of the things I've always respected about you. You don't do anything fancy edits. You can just turn on the camera on it and go. That's a gift. Because you know what? Sometimes people forget about the little things in life. Sometimes people forget about the little things in life. And sometimes we are on an elementary school level in life. So why not start on an elementary school life in the things that we could relate to? Just because forever, bro. Thank you, Mary. And Mary, make sure you hit me up in my DM and Instagram so I can see exactly who you are. I like and all my people, the people that support me. I read my DMs. Sometimes it get overwhelming. I get thousands, but I like to see the people that support me, because I don't forget the people that stand in my corner. Remember, my closest family and my closest friends turned their back on me in my worst times. So sometimes in life, y'all the only people that I have. When people be sitting up there saying, "Why you don't go outside? What's outside for me? Who's waiting outside for me? Another little nigga with a gun?" Let me tell you something, right? I just found out, one of the parties that played the role of me getting shot is actually the son of a girl that I was mad cool with. Massive cool with her. Used to hang out with Shorty back in the days and have fun with her, whatever the case. And now I'm figuring out one of the parties was her son. And I'm not going to sit up there and act like I'm not upset. But it puts you in a compromising situation where you got to do what you got to do as a man. But one of the people involved in that, I'm old enough to be their father. Now I got to go outside and hurt the babies. And then when I go outside and I hurt the babies, how's the world going to look at me? What am I supposed to do as a man? That's the dilemmas that I have to deal with. Now, as a man, I have to make a decision to take somebody's life. And in the back of my mind, I'm not going to act like I ain't got no conscience. When that woman crying over her son, that me and her never even had an argument. Me and Shorty was cool. Me and Shorty mad cool. I'm like, damn. Am I really supposed to sit up there and laugh like, yeah, we got this little nigga, while she crying over Shorty? That's how men look out for each other. It's real in the battlefield. There we go. Let y'all see the little area where I was sitting at. Fixed my top, got the new top. Yeah, bro, you're not just to anybody no more. You definitely have to be care of who you let and choose to you. It's my view right here. That's the background right there. This is where I gotta put my mulch at. Look. Oh, my tree. I designed this whole yard myself. Every tree I put here. Let me tell y'all something, right? Every man out there that's watching me, love on your woman and kids the same way I'm loving on mine. Everyone don't deserve your loyalty, your friendship, your help. It's a war going on outside. No man is safe from the Most High, and your supporters got you. Thank you, family, for sponsoring this war. Appreciate you. What? Don't move out of the hood. Make the hood better. Damn, that's just the dumbest shit that I've ever heard in my life. You can't change evil. Evil rules with an iron fist. What's wrong with you? What you smoking? You telling them women that's on disability not to move out of the hood? They getting robbed for their disability checks? You telling them girls that's going to the store every day, you know, 15-year-old girl, story I'm about to do. She got shot because a dude pushed up on her. They just gave him 15 years. People in the hood are living in fear. And the only thing they can rely on to help them is the police. And you telling them not to move? Who sent you? And let's not forget about the 15-year-old girl that was at the store And the young boy stabbed her to death because he couldn't get her number? And I'm pretty sure an argument took place and his ego got in the way because she crushed his ego. So he crushed her soul and sent her to the afterlife? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Okay, baby, thank you for sponsoring this war. Appreciate you. So now part 2 of this live. We doing part 2 of this live at 6 o'clock on Snotbox TV. If you watching this live, part 2 of this live, it'll be at 6 o'clock, 6:30 the latest, on Snotbox TV. Part 2 of this live. I got something to say about Gene Dale. I have a lot to say about the Gene Dale and P. Diddy situation. And we'll take it from there. Y'all stay tuned. And make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button, and wait 5 minutes. And come back on this live and tell me what numbers you see. I want y'all to tell me in the comment section. Mind you, we know we was in the 3,000s. We didn't hit 4,000 today. Tell me what numbers you see in the comment section when this live goes off. And then I'm going to show you what it says, how many people we really had in my community tab. We out.